Let's see, let's take this one. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here, I don't have a lot of time tonight. It's already kind of late, and I really got other things to do. So I just decided don't have time to get into a match. I'm just going to fly around a little bit. Maybe I can give some hints, tips, things that I've figured out, things that I've practiced with, and I'm going to try some other things in here. A couple other thoughts came to my mind, and I'm going to try them out while we're here. Let's see. So do a little systems check, of course. Do up, do down, do up, do down, to the right, to the left. See how it was drawing me off earlier? I felt like it really wasn't. If you go right all the way to the left from the right, it seems like it doesn't really go that far left. It really does look like it's going further to the right than to the left. That's just me, I guess. Everything seems to be working operational. Let's go. I want to do a couple fun things. First thing we're going to do is the weather is not. Much better. Yeah, let's go. Alright, so there's a lot of movement going on there. If you're doing it right, your thumb is going to be tired. No, just kidding. Your thumb does get a workout if you're doing it right. But I figured out a lot of things. Mainly, the main thing that I figured out is I don't use my rudder. Very rarely do I use a rudder. I'm basically doing everything with the right joystick. The only time I really use it is when I go into that quick turn, or the quick stop, I should say. Even here, I'm not using the rudder, and I can do a quick stop without that. So it really comes down to it's timing. Like, you got to see it. You can't just decide. I mean, I gotta decide I want to make this turn, but this thing, it takes a while to adjust, so you gotta kind of see your path, where you're going, where you want to go to. I mean, I'm looking at the landscape, I'm looking ahead. I know I gotta get a little bit of lift if I want to fly above the tree line. So you gotta give yourself a little bit, because no matter how good you are, the helicopter only reacts so fast, so you gotta be prepared for that. Well, when you get good enough, you do things like gain some quick altitude and just stop on a dime. In my mind, believe it or not, I kind of see it as a roller coaster. That's the kind of way I fly around here, practicing. I got the big turn. The big loop. And then up a hill. Oh, a little sideways there. Now, if I can master flying sideways. I fly sideways in GTA all the time. I don't think it's going to be easy to do that here. Now, you may have noticed I laid out a lot of helicopters because I'm planning on crashing a little bit. Only because I plan on trying to do a couple things. I did a little short yesterday of the one thing. Let's get this sucker in auto hover just because I want to level it off. And I was able to, when I did that, if you saw the short, or if you go and look, check it out. Let's see, I breezed through the town. You can't really see the speed, but it was basic. I was only at about 300 feet where I am now. So basically I did a nice little quick fly through that town there. But I wanted to do it from like 700 feet. And for a hot minute, I didn't think this thing could get to 700 feet. Believe it or not. You can, you just gotta really work it. Find that right angle that you're on. So I want to go to 700 feet. I want to try to get the speed up. That's kilometers. Wow. Fastest I've seen myself get this thing up is 230. I want to get it up to 35. Which is like 350. Are we at 700 feet? We are topped out. Oh, we did it. We topped it out. Look at, we broke the friggin' thing. We are at 700 feet. And what we're going to do now is we're going to drop straight down and see how fast we can get this thing we got. If the auto hover will turn off. Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's see how fast. Look at that. Oh yeah, we're up to 25 already. Let's go. 35. We can't pull out. We can't pull out. We can't pull out. Yeah, that's what I mean by crashing a lot. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Alright, we're going to do that again. Not a problem. Not a problem. We planned on this. That's why we put a bunch of helicopters out. That was the plan. That is the plan. Alright, so we got to pull out a little bit more. If you're going to drop in from 700 feet, you want to pull out just a little bit before I did there. Yeah, I kind of saw that. I've done this. I did it earlier. I was successful. I just didn't nail the landing. Alright. Nope. Get off of that. No, get off of that. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? Why are we zoomed in like a nut job? Thank you. Whew, that was weird. Getting out, copy now. Thank you. Alright, yeah, I needed to pull up a little bit earlier. I was trying to get more speed because I pulled up at 30 before and I was trying to get there, yeah. Trying to get to 35 because I want to hit 40. I think we can hit 400 miles, well, kilometers an hour. All right. System check. Left, right. Up, down, and rotate, go. So, I've been putting a lot of time in flying, so I can't say I'm a master of it, but I can definitely help you out. You might see something I'm doing. That's why I'm going to push the boundaries. No, you left anyway. Don't matter. Anyway. There you go. There you go. Got a little military takeoff. Alright, so we're going to nail this. Just going to have to pull up a little bit sooner. Kind of felt it. I was pulling back on that joystick for a while. Probably when we were at about 100 feet, 200 feet, I started pulling back hard and it wasn't coming back. It said, no thank you. So we have to do that a little different this time. There it is. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Alright, I already broke it once. Let's go and get the 700. Come on. Come on. I know I ain't doing this in no Russian chopper. Get to the chopper. Come on, 700, let's go. Whoa, what's happening? Alright, 700, that's where I want to be. Now let's drop her straight down, see how fast we can get it going. Whoa, we're out of control. Alright, we didn't have much success pulling up. Alright, we're up to 25. I gotta start pulling up now. This is where we got trouble last time. 35, let's go. 40, 40, come on, baby, we got it. Hell yeah. I don't know why I'm out of control. Maybe because the door's open? Something's not right. Something is not right. My controller's stuck or something. Seriously. Okay, okay. There we go. Something feels stuck. Because I didn't make it spin like that. When we hit that top height there, when we topped out, it started spinning around on its own. I wish my door would close. Alright, so take it up to 700. We were able to get this thing up to 40. Well, 400. But I didn't line up what I wanted to do. I'm not going to do it again. I'd like to. I want to nail this stop. Get that stop. Come through the town like that, like I did yesterday. Been practicing this a lot. Because I know this is a major point, so I might as well practice flying in here at high speeds. This helicopter feels weird. There's something up. I don't know. I can't describe it. Yeah, it doesn't want to turn for me. There you go. No. 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 Nope. Strange enough, I'm going to land this thing. Close that door, and I doubt that the game would actually make it act weird for that. That's funny. I was goofing off earlier and I hit the tail end on the ground really hard. And see that little antenna there? I was wondering, I didn't think anything broke. But that little antenna was wiggling around like a string. It wasn't like stiff like that. Yeah. How about we don't fly... Whoa! What in the holy hell? I turned the engine off. I guess I didn't. Wow, that's a classic death for you. Alright, good shit. Good. Alright, cool. We put plenty of helicopters out because we planned on doing some crashing. But don't worry, we're going to get to the Russian stuff soon here. I still have some practicing to do with that. I mean, I can fly the hell out of that. I can fly the hell out of this, too. That's why I just... See, what are we doing here? Thank you. Let's see. I love playing around with this. I mean, GTA is fun to fly around in, but once you get good at flying around in here, I could just sit here all day. Now, I did say I don't have a lot of time tonight. That's why I'm not really getting into a full match. I'm just going to fly around, and anybody have any questions on, you know, you see something I'm doing, you're like, how the hell are you flying like that? Because I do a lot of close to the ground flying. And your thumb will get a workout. I try not to use the left joystick at all because the rudder doesn't really do shit. When you're flying, it doesn't do shit. When you're hovering, it works nicely. It can help a little bit when you're doing that, you know, what I like to call the hockey stop. That. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna bring it in for thought I'd bring it in smooth. Now this helicopter is definitely gonna have some issues. Like I said, I was goofing off earlier and I hit the ground pretty hard. See how the antenna, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, the antenna is sticking straight up still. The antenna was actually wiggling around. I must have broken it at the base or something. So that's how insane this game is. Alright, let's get into some serious flying and stop goofing off. It's definitely all about the joystick. I should say, I should show you my, I did change the up and down from the joystick. I do fly it like GTA. If you understand what I mean there. My acceleration is basically, or if you want to call it the collective up is my R2, my collective down is my L2. I find because you were doing that, I was having a lot harder time making that hockey stop, as I like to refer to it as, because, you know, you're pushing up to get your speed at the same time you're trying to turn. So now I'm able to keep my finger on that all the time. I mean, I'm constantly on the gas, if you want to call it that. Even though I don't need to be. You actually don't need to fly around with the gas. Once you're up in the air, again, flying is perpetual falling, so all you're trying to do, if you want to gain speed, you want to slow down, you just pull back. Boom, level it off. Nosedive it. I mean, I'm not on the accelerator at all. Everything I'm doing is just with my right thumb. Now, when I go into sharp turns, because you lose a lot of speed, that's when I hit it. And I've just gotten into a habit now where I just fly around with my finger on all the time. It definitely helps when I'm coming up on the trees. So if you have your collective on the left joystick, you're constantly pushing up. It's just easier to have it on the R2. The R2 is not being used for anything in the flying. Neither is L2. I would change because just like GTA, I would make my rudders on the L1, R1, but obviously L1 is our communication over here, so I don't want to change my comms button to a different button. So I just left that, and we go in auto hover. This is the only time that, really, as I can tell, in flying, it was when the rudder worked. This thing is way... Auto hover hasn't leveled us off yet. I could have did it faster. Okay. Your rudder really only works when you're hovering. When you're trying to fly using your rudder, it's caused me to crash. I feel like my tail gets stuck. I'll get stuck in a nosedive. And I don't know, maybe that is a thing. I'm not a real pilot, so I couldn't tell you, but I feel like when I'm doing these kind of sharp turns, if I'm on the rudder, it won't. See, I just did it right there, and it's not letting me have control in the turn, so I pretty much stay off the rudder. Let's go in auto hover real quick, and I'll show you my setup for this. Again, I have changed vehicle. I left it on full. What do I have? I also have the motion controller. I have some of that set up on here just because I like it. My helicopter is, again, collective up down is R2, L2. Rudder left is on the left, and that's about it. Everything else stays the same. Except for I moved my toggle auto hover to L3 from R3, and that's simply because I'm using the right joystick so much, and I tend to, let's say, in a stressful situation, or if I'm in a situation where I'm about to crash, and I know I do it when I'm aiming down sight, in like Call of Duty, Fortnite, things like that, I have a tendency to squeeze the controller, and I end up clicking the toggle on the R, which is why I end up throwing a punch instead of shooting, things like that. So I moved my toggle hover off of the R3 to the L3 only because I have a tendency to squeeze the controller with it. When I'm about to hit the ground, and as you're going to see here, I'm going to spend the next couple minutes flying around the map. I love flying close to the ground, hovering just above the tree line. Now I'm really hoping one of these days I actually get to fly around in a match. I haven't played enough to really get myself experienced. I've had a few good matches where I've leveled up, but I unfortunately haven't leveled up to a sergeant yet, so I haven't been able to call in my own helicopter. And any other time that I've played, I can't get into a helicopter. I really haven't gotten hooked up with a crew of people that'll, you know, call one in for me. I haven't been fortunate enough to find that sergeant in the game that'll call me in a helicopter. Unfortunately, my experience has been people just trash talk when I ask for a helicopter. So, I don't know what to do. You know, make videos on flying until people realize that I know how to fly. I mean, it's not that hard once you get the hang of it. Once you master it. But I was already good at flying. I mean, it's nice. You come sneaking up on the trees here. Yeah. Now, somebody was saying missiles are coming, so, you know, when I'm able to do something like this, line it up, boom, pop, 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 drop a few missiles on that, yeah. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to fly. I keep saying it. I'm just here practicing now, because I only got a short amount of time. So the setup I find easiest, like I said, L2, R2 is the up-down. Auto hovers on the L3. Because I'm using the right joystick so much to control the helicopter. I mean, my thumb is really working. I mean, just to level it off. I mean, your thumb is really putting in the work when you're doing this. The only advice I can really give it, you gotta see it. You can't just, like, be flying along. It takes a second for things to react, so you gotta really know where you want to go. I'm not using auto hover. I'm able to make these turns, so I know I can make the quick drop-ins. I can drop troops in, I can pick supplies up, I can, whatever you need me to do. I'm not gonna let you guys down. I mean, this is all I really want to do in the game. I don't have an interest in... So even turning is just a matter of finding the right spot. You just have to find it and utilize it once you learn it. Muscle remembrance, we'll call it. Now, I don't always land this. Sometimes I screw it up, like right now. But I'm still gonna land here. I'm still gonna be able to drop in. Might not be as quick, but it's probably a lot quicker than most. Right now I'm just trying to be good. I'm not trying to slam her down. I want to get into a Russian chopper and take that out for a minute. Well, let's not do what we did last night. Okay, we're on the ground. Pull down. Stop engine. Now that's what I thought I had done last time. And the helicopter rolls me over. See how awesome that gun looks. Jesus. Whoa. Had a little burp there. I like to make sure I have adequate practice time. And to be honest, I think if you practice more with this one right here, it makes the UH-1H that much easier to fly. I should try that 700-meter thing. There's something else I want to do, so we will be going back to the American ship. I was hoping people would be watching for this one, but, you know. So, it's got all... Wow, look at that. They're all moving. Holy shit. Oh, wait a second. Oh, shit. Alright, cool bird. I like it.
Sup, bro?
They all
No
move.
Fortnite stream anytime soon.
No, we don't play Fortnite, remember? Did they take all the crap out of the game? Question is, when are you going to buy this? This game is like no other game out there. And I'm going to do a little practice flying in my Russian helo here. I'm presently in what they call a Game Master. This is a building mode. I can kind of build my own war and play my own thing, because this is a war simulator. But the conflict mode is awesome. The combat ops, which is, you know, a 6-player co-op. The AI in this game is insane, so I can tell you that. The AI in here actually will run for cover and then will jump up and one-shot you in the face. They don't just run at you like GTA and other games. As I was saying, this game, you know, this puppy here, if you can learn how to move this one around, the American UH-1H is so much easier to fly. It just becomes so much more natural. But I mean, this thing don't turn on a dime like the American helicopter. Let's check the altitude. It says 700, so I'm sure we can go to 700 in this one. You know I'm not going to be able to pull this up. I mean, this thing will only do maybe, I think the fastest I've gotten this one up to is like 25. Not even. If you can get this up to 20, you can consider yourself probably lucky. It's so heavy, but it's fun to fly. But I usually don't play on the Russian side. But if somebody says, yo, man, we need a pilot on our team, we saw your video, or someone on Discord invites me to play, and it turns out they only play on the Russian side, well, then I need to be able to master flying this one as well. Which I have, let's be honest. I'm already in here flying around in the dark just to practice even more. I figure, why not? If you're going to be a good pilot, you can't just fly around here in the daytime. You got to be able to fly around at night. I just wish there was a practice map in Evron. I know on PC, I guess there is Game Master on PC and Xbox maybe, but we don't have it here yet. All right, we're at 500. Let's go. So we were able to get the UH-1H over 40. We're up over 400. We did a straight drop in from 700 feet. First attempt didn't go well. You got to pull out. I pulled up at about 30, 35. The first time I didn't pull up soon enough. Yeah, get up to 700. I also flew out to we could do that too. We're going to do all kinds of stupid shit. We're in here to just see how, we're going to push the limits of what these helicopters can do. Now we know this is a very slow helicopter, but how slow is it when you drop in straight down? Oh shit. Hell yeah, alright. We better start pulling up. Now it's 300. 300. Hey, we got it. Yeah, this thing's gonna pull out. Pull out, pull out, pull out! Ah! Okay. Don't worry, we made a lot of helicopters. We planned for this. That sucked. Yeah, I gotta pull up a little bit sooner on that one. We were going pretty fast. I like it. We were definitely flying on that one. Dropping in straight, 700 feet. There's something else I want to do. I want to try to recreate something. Let's set it up right now. We got some people watching. Anyone remember the movie Twilight Zone from back in the day? Probably not, because I was like, was it 80 something? Yeah, we're gonna have some fun here. It might be morbid, but it's gonna be fun. And we're not gonna. I started to set this up earlier, not realizing I dropped a bunch of Russians in to do this, and guess what happened? Yeah, you guess what happened? They started shooting at me. So we're gonna. Unfortunately, I got to do this with Americans. That's water, but I won't be able to get close enough to it. So I might just put these guys out in the middle of. Anyone know what I'm going for here? We're going to see if we can do this. Because I think this would be hysterical. If I could pull one of these off in an actual match, that would be it. Friggin'. Okay. Out here. Oh, why do I always forget? Yeah, it's R1. That's what I'm doing. I'm holding R1. You're rotating the map. Ah, there it is. Yeah, let's line these guys up right about here. Okay. I hate doing this, but we're gonna recreate the scene from, well, the scene wasn't in the movie because it was actually a horrific Hollywood accident. If you don't know, back in the late 80s or early 80s, when they were making the movie The Twilight Zone, Vic Morrow was running through there was supposed to be a scene, and I think they still used part of the footage in the movie because he was somebody who was like a racist kind of guy, and he ended up going back to Germany as a Jew. Then he went to Vietnam as a, you know, he experienced all the wars, but he experienced them on the side of the persecuted. Was the scene he was going for, and the Vietnam part of that scene included him escaping with two Vietnam children, and they were flying this helicopter, and they weren't supposed to be flying it. There was all kinds of shit. It caused a lot of. There's a lot of rules in Hollywood now because of this accident. But yeah, the helicopter crashed and decapitated Vic Morrow and the two children in the scene. So that's what I'm going for here. I want to see if it's possible to kill the enemy with the blades of this helicopter. Oh, I can fly backwards. So I gotta line these guys up. They're right on the white line. We're gonna come around that corner there. Pretty hot. Let's see if we can't catch them low enough to decapitate these guys as we fly around the corner. Let's go for it. Damn, I'm good. And I'm telling you guys, anyone needing a pilot, I'm sitting here, I'm goofing off. I'd rather fly than play the game, to be honest with you. Okay, now the problem is here is getting close enough to the ground without hitting the blades on the ground and destroying the helicopter. Now, oh, that ain't close enough. Now we know the helicopter will run you over and kill you because earlier we stopped in the town and I forgot to shut the helicopter off. I thought I did. And I ended up having the helicopter slide sideways and run me over. There they are. Make a sharp right turn here. Fuck. I think I was close enough. I just didn't hit them. I think we got this. So could you imagine pulling that off in a game? You see some enemies and you fly over them and you take their heads off with this? That's why I want to practice it. I think we can do it. That was close. That was close. Close. Also, I can show off my skills here a little bit with the tight turning. Look at this, man. Get me in the game, man. Why are you people... I get in the game, I say, you know, you got a pilot here ready to go. Anybody needs to, you know, get me a copter, and all I get is trash talking. And I get that a lot of people crash, and a lot of people can't fly, and a lot of people want to fly who can't fly, and I get that. And I get there's a lot of new players who can't fly that want to fly. But that ain't me, my friend. All I ever do in video games is fly. GTA, 99% of the time. I think it says my favorite vehicle to transport is the Buzzard. I don't use anything else. So, yeah, now that I've figured this flying out, come on, we can get him. We get him. Oh, yeah. That's the only issue. But maybe I should set him up on a cliff. Hold on, let's try. Okay, yeah, we gotta fly along a cliff line. Let's find a straight cliff line. Let's put some guys up here. I'm sorry, I'm using the Americans, but they're the ones that aren't going to shoot at me while I'm trying to do this. We're just trying to have some fun. We're trying to have a war here. Coming around that corner level would be tough because the trees are right there. But I mean, let's see. I could put on. Let's check my skill. Check my skill level. Guys are hanging out right there. You got some enemies on the cliff, and Here comes Quag with the helicopter. That would be hysterical if I pulled off. We're gonna need some more helicopters. We got one left. We can bring in a bunch more. Coward. Spooky, you still with me? You gotta get this game. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm struggling with it. I mean, I've been playing a little bit, so I figured it out. But I'm gonna give you a little example of why this isn't no Warzone. This game is so much fun because you're not in this game to run and gun. You're in this game to simulate a battle. You want to. We know I'm at the airport because I'm at the airport and that's where I put myself. But the reality is, if you want to find.
You struggle on Fortnite.
Yeah, well, Fortnite doesn't have this. Okay, you want to figure out where you are in this game? You better know how to. You better know how to use your protractor and your compass, bruh. You want to drop some mortars on somebody's head? You might want to learn how to use this stuff. This isn't Fortnite. This isn't Warzone. Kev and I are having a blast. We run into some people. It's a good time. There are some shitty lobbies, but there's some. If you meet some good people, but we're trying to build a crew of people who can, once we figure the game out, you get 3 or 4 guys that know what they're doing in this game. You're gonna have a good time, and I can fly the shit out of these helicopters at this point. So I don't know why I can't. That's the only problem is so many people want to fly.
Right. Let's see a triple backflip face with peeking eye.
With a helicopter? Sure, why not? First we gotta test. Okay, there we go. A little left, a little right. That's up. Nice down. Left, a little right. Okay, rudders are all working. Let's go. Yes, we have crashed helicopters in here because, like I said, we're testing these things out. I've taken both of them up to 700 feet. I've been successful with this one pulling out.
This game is a blast when everyone is on the same page.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what? It said that in the videos that if you buy the game, it's going to be a struggle at first, but once you learn the game and you start figuring it out, it is so rewarding. And this game is super rewarding. And I've been spending a lot of time. Again, these helicopters don't fly like GTA, but when I play GTA or I play a lot of other flying games, or any games that have flying involved, usually my teammates want me to fly. So definitely when I saw helicopters, I'm like, yeah, I want in. The only thing is I haven't really... Where did I drop them guys off? Oops. I wanted to try to kill those guys. What's up, everybody? Damn, we're getting quite a crowd. Alright, so since I forgot where I dropped them, we'll probably find them. Let's do that 700 meter thing with this one. We crashed with the Russian. We'll go back to that one. Definitely got to pull out a lot sooner with that one. That's what my dad said. No one caught that? Come on. Come on. That was funny. Yeah, I love flying. Like, this is like my favorite thing to practice is just getting up as much... Yo, what's going on here? Level off. Getting up as much speed as I can, flying through that town, and then doing like I call it the hockey stop. I don't know the technical helicopter term for it. I'm just gonna call it the hockey stop. That quick spin, stopping on a dime, which I've gotten down to a pretty much. I think I've gotten it down pretty good. Still working on it in a Russian. The Mi-8 MT. We just had that thing up to 700 feet, and we took it straight down. We had it over. We got up over 300. We were up to 30. Yeah, 300. I'll say 300. It's times 10. We were up there. This we had over 40 when I did it earlier. I want to do it again. We know we can get over 700, and then we're going to break the dial here. I don't know if anybody else has tried this, but yeah, you break the dial. Nope, it went back down. Yeah, so we're probably over 700 feet now, because it looks like we're still climbing. Let's go. Straight down, baby. What are we doing here? What are we doing? 30. Start pulling up at about 300. Alright, we pulled up. Let's go. Ooh, shiisa! I didn't see the speed because I had to pull out of that one so much. Shiisa. It... That's pretty tough. If you don't pull out soon enough, you're going to be in trouble. This is what I refer to as the hockey stop. You guys all know it. I just missed it by a mile, but I could still nail it. I could still drop in there if I needed to. So yeah, my only issue is that I'm playing this. I'm doing everything I can to be the best pilot I can. And I go into a game and I don't know enough about the rest of the game. I mean, I know I've delivered supplies. I've definitely gotten plenty of kills. I've helped take areas. I know how to play the game. I get the idea. It's just when you're playing solo, if you get separated from any particular group, you could end up being you're out there on a limb. There's them guys. That's where I wanted to hit. So can we do some decapitation? All right. Shit. Come back the other way. We're trying to recreate the Twilight Zone scene. Well, it's not a scene. It's actually a horrible, horrific thing, and it's quite morbid that I'm actually trying to do this. But it's also a test to see, because it would be hysterical if you actually got a kill in this game with the helicopter. Not that anyone noticed. It would just be a good clip. Well, I got a kill. I killed myself. We planned for this. Of course, we did run out of helicopters. Oh, okay. Put them right to the end of the runway. We got the guys on the runway. Let's drop in a couple more Russian MiGs here. And no, Spooky, this isn't the actual game again. This is a game master. You can build your own setup, and then I guess you open it up, and people can come in and play it, and then you can hover over and control it. And when you actually, whether you realize it or not, what most people do are playing this. When you do have enough supplies to order something in, that's basically all it's doing. It's dropping you into Game Master for the second that you place that vehicle, and then it kicks you back out. So going to a buy station is basically just putting you in the Game Master. Will that do it? Yeah, that's enough. I want to keep doing stuff. Keep crashing into stuff. I forgot to do something. We need to share the world. But yeah, Spook, Kev and I have talked about doing some Fortnite, but literally every time we go back to that, it's the same. Everybody's got laser guns and flying around with wings and whips and chains and what the hell, I don't have time for all that. There's just too much nonsense going on. This is the kind of game I like, where it's more skill, straight up. I mean, I am staying mostly on crossplay off only because, PC has the mods and everything, which it's coming to PS5. But, I watch videos where people are flying around in Blackhawks and shit. We don't have Blackhawks in here. So once the mod store opens up, maybe we can have Blackhawks. That's what I'm trying to get to. I just need to, I forgot to share this on a couple channels, so that kind of screws me up. You know what I mean? We gotta be over here on the Discord channel, popping it. Go over to here. And this has the streamer there. Boom. Yeah, boom. Alright, so we're still trying to knock the heads off of these guys as we fly around the cliff. We also want to test the limits of how fast we can make this thing go, which we've already done that with this one. Alright, so let's go back to the Russian chopper. So I'm still working on that. You've seen that I've pretty much mastered the UH-1H. I do practice at night too. I turn the lights off in here and I fly around in the dark, which is quite an advantage for some of us because the PS5 is so dark at this point right now. It's horribly dark, and that's... So apparently this first update that's coming up is supposed to take care of the darkness, supposed to take care, bring the mods, and they're even talking about possibly making it so that you have to be above a pirate. Why do I keep saying pirate? This is not a freaking pirate game. But apparently you're going to have to be higher than private to access. I love that flame shooting out of this one. I'll play either side. I mean, if anybody needs a pilot and you want to add a pilot to your crew, I'll play on either side. I don't care, Russian or... I prefer to fly the UH-1H. It is more fun. It's just faster, but this thing can be fun too. I mean, it just doesn't do what I want it to do. I wonder if I can decapitate these guys. Hit them! No. We got close that one time. We got so close that we hit the blades against the ground. You would have to catch somebody definitely hanging out on the cliff. I should really be doing this test here because this is flat land. We'll take it up in the air over the water as high as we can, and we bring it over because the runway... I'm doing this over like not... It's all hills and shit. I might be hitting land where maybe I could have pulled out. I think that if there weren't trees there, I definitely would have cleared that with the Russian, with this, you know, the M18. The M18. Turn this bad boy around. Get her to 700. See how fast we can get it going. Now, of course, that might be 700 over the water. We might want to line this thing up over the land. Who cares? We'll be alright. Alright, we have any pilots joining in? Anybody joining in? Got something? I know Spooky wants us to play Fortnite, but Kev is away, so that's why we're not, that's kind of another reason why we're just screwing around here with the helicopters and flying around, and I'm getting my extra practice in, and hopefully I can give some people some tips. I don't know what else, I mean, it's hard because I don't have a controller cam to show you what I'm really doing, but I'm basically just, I'm constantly on the R2, and if you don't, you're going to be like, why are you on the R2? Because I switched it. I don't have the collective up and down on the left joystick. I've got my collective up and down is R2, L2. I want to bring this back a little bit. Get away from the runway. Okay. Ooh, whoa. Alright, yeah, let's line it up again. While we're still climbing to that wonderful 700 feet. Auto hover it. Hey, where'd everybody go? What are you leaving for? Where are you going? We're about to take this thing in for a big nosedive crashing death. This will be hysterical. Nah, this is perfect. Actually, it's perfect. Alright, so we broke the needle. Let's keep going for a while. Think about this one, it just... When you're hovering it don't really hover, it rocks. These helicopters are rocking, don't come a knocking. Let's go. Straight down. Roller coaster of death. I can't see the ground, that's what really makes it. That's why I'm looking at the... We're at 700 feet. We got this thing cruising at 350. Ah, we're going to be able to pull out easy on this one. It won't turn. See, this one's harder to make that. You can't really do the hockey style with this one. But hell yeah, we got this thing up to 350. I think I could have let it drop a little bit more. With the runway there, yeah, we were able to pull out of it. Now I gotta do it with the... Now we definitely gotta do it with the UH-1H. But I do want to fly around here with this a little bit. In case you guys don't believe me that I got this one under control too. I mean, I can pretty much drop them in anywhere you want me to go. Point it out and I got it. It's good to know I can see them. I mean, I know they're there, but I can actually pick them up when I'm flying near them. Alright, should we try that again? That was kind of fun. I mean, because this thing really, I mean, on your best days, getting it up to 200 is pretty tough to do. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Some of you guys might fly rather high. I tend to, if you notice, I'm always flying very close to the ground. Very close to the ground. Well, that would have been a good spot to drop them in and try to... See, if I really wanted to create that scene, I would literally just crash the helicopter on top of them, because that's kind of what happened. I'm trying to take their heads off as we're flying by. As interesting as that would be. Now, hopefully Kev will be back by the end of the week, so we can get back into some play. He said he's been figuring it out and playing a lot more than I have. I'm in here flying, he's over there playing. So if he can reach Sergeant, I'm sure he'll buy me a helicopter. Buy me a helicopter. I should change my name to that. Should we fly out? Well, I already know. We can fly out far enough that we won't be able to see land anymore, and you can almost get lost. We can spin the helicopter around and see if we can find our way back. You won't be able to use the compass. Because you won't have anything to line it up to. I did it the other day. I flew all the way out into as far as I could. And then I realized I couldn't find land. And then the more you fly around, the more lost you get. So, it was interesting. I think I want to try the UH-1H again. That was, get that puppy working. This game is so awesome. Should I get a Noah match? I don't have time to get a Noah match. It's already 8 o'clock. I said I didn't have much time tonight, and I really don't. I'm just having so much fun flying around. I was hoping people would have more questions. What else can we test? What other boundaries should I try, other than just flying around? I mean, this thing is a beast, so it's a little harder to be creative. You definitely have to plan your turns, what you're looking to do. I mean, pulling up over the trees like I like to do, stuff like that. Because I wonder how that is when you're in the game. If you're on the ground, I'd like to get some people to do some testing with, maybe. If I'm skimming along the ground and we're coming up on the enemy with the trees, the sound might be muffled. You know, you always see it in movies where the helicopter appears out of nowhere, and it's like, how the hell would that happen? You can hear one of them things coming from miles away. But I'd like to know if there were people on the other side of this cliff. If I'm flying like this, and then we do one of these, and then Kev just is on the gun and starts lighting them up as I turn the gun like that, and boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? You start ambushing cars. We know there's a convoy coming down the highway. Say we see them coming down that road there, and they're coming our way, so we drop in here. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta get a crew together. Get me into a game and get me into a helicopter. I mean, there are RPGs, so I gotta be wary of that. This thing might be a little harder to get them out of the way of them. This thing is definitely a beast. But like I said, somebody said they're going to be adding missiles, so I mean, obviously, I'm already working on lining. Look at that. Pick something out of the crowd that you want me to shoot at. You want me to hit that church right there? Okay, I'm gonna flip it back this way, give myself a little more area. Maybe we get a little more height and pull up a little bit. Pull back and up. Oh, look at that. That church is nicely lined up. Well, not really. I pulled it a little too hard. But, you know, if I was taking my time or really putting some thought into it, I could nail it. I actually kind of lost sight of it when I came around that turn. Boom. You know what I mean? Alright, we need a crew. We need a crew that's gonna put me in no out. So if you really want to practice it, think of it like a roller coaster. You're at the top of the first drop. It's usually it's usually a turn that goes into a drop. And it goes up to a big, comes out of that usually first turn where you go up another big hill. You go up over that hill. And you go down into another drop. And then maybe that roller coaster goes into a big crash. Oh yeah, this is gonna be horrible. I survived. No, I'm knocked out. I'm knocked out. If the helicopter don't crash, I'll survive. Look at that. This shit's crazy. You see this? You see this, Spooky? It's something I didn't point out to you. In this game, everyone's saying you don't have to use a tourniquet. You don't have to use a tourniquet every time. Whoops. Oh, that spawned me up in the sky. There you go. So I was knocked out. I didn't die in the crash. I didn't even get hurt. Did I get hurt? Yeah, I got hurt. Oh, I got a bloody nose. I got a bloody nose, broken arm. Looks like I might have broke my jaw. And I definitely busted my knee up. So, if you're still watching, Spooky, this is how crazy this game is. Like, okay, so it says I need to inject some morphine, so I'll give myself a shot of morphine. In some cases, you have to apply a tourniquet, then put bandages on, give yourself some morphine. This game is so awesome. There's just... What do I have to fix next? My left arm, what's my left leg want? Nothing. Moderate injury improving, impaired movement. So, yeah, your Fortnite isn't going to give you what this game gives you. We can drop in a helicopter right here. You know what? Yeah, we wanted to go back to that anyway. How did I just do that? Yeah, I was goofing off. Playing roller coaster. But, yeah, I can't agree more. I know sort of Spicy said that a while ago, but this game is an absolute blast when you're with a group of people who are playing it the right way, and you don't have the trash talking COD fanboys that have slowly entered the mix. And you know who you are. We hear you on mic. We know who you are because you're the ones on mic talking trash, basically. Because this is a communication game, so most people are generally rather nice to each other. Unless it's me asking for someone to drop a helicopter in for me, then they get nasty. But they're missing out. Alright, so what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we're going back to this. 700 feet. Let's go. Level her off. Right. Let's get this nice and level. There we go. Level it myself. I can't trust the computer. Now the only thing I don't like about it, I mean, I gotta say it. I love playing this, or flying this in third person. But what I don't understand is why do I need a gas gauge? And I get it, I'm in game mode, so the gas isn't going to go down. But you could put an indicator light, just like you got the lights on right there, right? You don't have to have the gas gauge there. You could have an indicator light letting us know, hey, you're running low on gas. You could do that, and then that way you could put a compass out here. Because that's the one thing that I don't like about this is Yeah, I get it. It's very realistic. It's a very immersive game. But I gotta go into first person to check my compass. Either way, whether I want to pull my compass out. Oop, put it in auto hover while I do this. Actually, I should just be looking, not touching things. I either gotta look at the compass like that, or I gotta look at the compass in the helicopter. So why didn't you just put a compass out here for third person? Maybe that's a change they can make. I might have to look for that Reddit feed next time that guy has questions and answers and ask him if they could do that. Just put the gas gauge on an indicator, you know, it starts blinking. It turns on when you're really getting low, and then it starts to blink when you're really low, something like that, and then put a compass where the gas gauge is. That would make more sense to me, but that's just me. That's what I would prefer. Alright, we're gonna take this up, we're gonna break the needle again like we've been doing. Now of course, we're probably 700 feet over water, we're not 700 feet over the runway, so let's see if this changes. Let's see if my theory is right. We move forward a little bit, get near the land, does the altitude change? So I want to be at 700. Oh, we're still climbing. Keep climbing, keep climbing. We break the... Oh, yeah, let's go. We're definitely higher than 700. Alright, let's pop it. Straight down. How fast can we get it going? Oh, scheisse. I think we should probably start pulling up now. Ah, no, we didn't need to pull up yet. Alright, we got it up to 400. Damn it, I pulled up too soon. Ah, my thumb slipped. Shit. And there it is. I keep saying, I had my finger, at first my thumb slipped off of here, so I somehow decided in my brain to compensate by hitting the left joystick. And I swear to God, if you use the left joystick at all flying, you're gonna crash. The rudder does not do you any good unless you're hovering. Honestly, it doesn't. It really doesn't. That was a bad crash. My thumb, I can't believe my thumb came off that. I've been perfecting my hockey stops and my thumb slipped right off. I even have to go. I wonder if it'd be better if I went with the taller one. Maybe I should put the taller one on this joystick since that's the one I'm flying with. I'm gonna have to try that. I don't think it's gonna matter. See, I got my collective on R2 instead of the left joystick. If you're just joining in, my settings are L2, R2 for the up and down. I just feel it makes it easier, and I'm just so used to flying GTA that... Let's go evaluate the crash site, folks. Oh, it's a horrible scene over here. We got dead everywhere. That's what happens when you try to drop in from 700 feet straight down. Sometimes it feels like it's just slow. And again, I've said it earlier, you don't need to be constantly on the R2 button, but I'm always on it. I just feel like it gives me that extra boost when I'm coming around these turns and I want to do stuff like that. Look at that. I could have dropped it right in there behind those trees if I had to. I keep telling you. I know there's players out there that maybe you want a pilot, maybe you need a pilot. I'm on Discord. You can find me. I'm in there. I'm on the PS5 looking for players. I'm here. You got my name right there. You can add me if you're on PS5. Send a friend invite. Kev and I are trying to build a crew. We need a nice big squad. Oh, and here's the thing, Spook. You don't all have to be in the same squad. It's 24 people per side in the lobby. You can join into a lobby where there's nobody in the room. And you're going up against the AI, and people can join in on the other side. So, and you can all change your radio. Oh, that's the other thing. Spook. I don't even know if Mr. Spooky's still here. But here's how the communication works. You got proximity chat, And then you got your, which is this. You can see the little icon in the corner. And then that's off. And then there's an actual radio station, like you're talking on the radio, like walkie-talkie type shit. So this ain't no Fortnite. That's why I'm not playing Fortnite, because I've discovered this, and I haven't played Fortnite in a long time. I don't know why you keep asking. I thought Kevin and I made it pretty clear we're done with that. The last 2 times we tried it, it's nonsense, bro. It's nonsense. There's just too much. This game is spectacular looking. I mean, the visuals are incredible. The helicopter, look at this. This helicopter's incredible, flying around in it. Alright, what else should we try? I still want to hit these guys' heads. I wonder if I did it in first person. Could we do it in first person? Shit. I hit the ground just before I had to pull up from hitting the ground and I couldn't get it to go back down, which is what I keep saying. The biggest key to here is you have to look ahead. You can't look where you are, if you know what I mean. Like, you gotta kind of know where you want to go, and you gotta kind of line the helicopter up to get there. Because it doesn't snap right to it. It's not GTA. You know, this thing literally takes a second or two to adjust to your movement. Look at that. I'm telling you, man. Need me to drop some troops in behind enemy lines? I'm here for you. Oh, that would have been a good... There's the water. I should drop the enemy in right there and try to hit them with the helicopter. Man. Again, with the motion sensor controller on the PS5, we're the only ones that are able to do things like this. Whee! We can look around all over the place with her. And a lot of people don't like it. Now, the great thing with the helicopter is, for some reason, it does lock. I don't know what setting it was. It wasn't doing it before, but I changed one simple setting. I wish I remember which one it was, because all of a sudden I noticed that the helicopter wasn't locking. The cars still do it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. For you guys out there that don't know. I know I've talked to some people in lobbies, they're like, I turned that off. Well, yeah, and I get it. I understand why. But you need to set it up. If you set it up the right way, it's actually pretty helpful. I'm going to show Mr. Spooky right now what it is that we're doing, what I'm talking about. Something else. And this is nice that only us PS5 players get to have it. Because we have the nice motion sensor controller. Oh. Whee! I got this. Sometimes I can be sloppy if I just didn't hit my mark properly, but we're all going to have those moments. Now, let's not forget to shut this thing off like I did last time. I kind of want to show you with the motion controller. Okay. There are a couple options on this. And I was going to explain it to the guy. That the one thing you want to do is, if you are going to use, where is it? Motion sensor, enable always. I have enable always, no. Enable while free looking, yes. Aiming down sight, no. Because aiming down sight, you want to see what, this is what aiming down sight looks like when you, it's kind of ridiculous. Oop. So you aim with your controller. Who the hell is going to do that? I mean, you got to be pretty good. Because the other problem is you're also looking, I can aim with this, but who wants to aim with their controller? No way. I mean, and it depends where your controller is at when you happen to look down, aim down sight too. So that's definitely, I mean, if you master that, hats off to you. But that's crazy. I ain't doing that. I can tell you right now, I ain't doing that. It don't work for me. Where did I leave that? Because I definitely don't want to leave that on. So I turned that off. So the only one I have on is free looking. And then I made some changes
Get to the
to.
chopper.
We've been in the chopper for the last hour and a half. We're getting back into it. I'm just showing some quick settings for anyone who doesn't know about this stuff. So I changed. This is 30 and 60. I changed it to 45 and 90. And then what I also did is I changed. If you go down here to if you go to the free look, I set it to the R1. So now my free look only works when I'm hitting R1. So I have a short where I was hiding in a bush. Now, if you see people coming and you're on Xbox or you're on PC and you want to look around, you have to do this. And that means you're making noise in the bushes. Well, I can do this. I can look around. So it's huge. I've used it so many times now where I'm hiding in the bushes and people just walk right past me because they have no idea I'm there, and I'm able to watch them the whole time and follow them. I can see if someone's sneaking up behind me. So if I hear something, I can look around without it. So that is a nice feature of the PS5 motion sensor controller, and that is the only thing I have it set to, is for that. Now, again, I want to drop a vehicle in here, and I'll show you what I mean by. The problem with the vehicle is especially when you're a passenger, it's worse. I've noticed when I'm a passenger on a helicopter, it depends what seat I'm in, but that can be a problem because then it's only focused, it's centered on you. But the car doesn't lock, it just stays. So you kind of have to, but if you constantly hit R1, it just resets. So you just, you know, if you're driving, you got to constantly, hit R1. But again, I can look around the controller and check before I make that turn, I can make sure there ain't nobody there, things like that. The problem is again, it's constantly moving. So if I'm sitting here shaking my leg, I got a song in my head when someone else is driving. You just got to remember to constantly hit R1 to reset it. So that's it. Once you master that, I find that setting works for me. So let's get back to the helicopters. Let's get back to flying. What are we doing? Are we still trying to decapitate these guys as we fly by? And that would be some masterful work. So again, you just hit R. Keep hitting R1. Mr. Spooky, you need to buy this game. It's only $40, so hurry up and buy it. Kev will teach you how to play it, and then when he's done teaching you how to play it, then I'll join in. Okay, so now you see the helicopter is also just automatically moving around, but then it locks as soon as my character sits in his seat. And as soon as I hit R1, it locks on there. That's what I wish the car would do. So maybe that'll happen. I don't know why it locks on the helicopter, but so it doesn't affect me when I'm flying a helicopter. It affects me when I'm a passenger in a helicopter because then it keeps wiggling around and I got to keep hitting R1. Oh yeah, you love them takeoffs. I know you do. I did that one time in GTA, and someone got all excited about it and called it a military takeoff. Okay, sure. See, my guy didn't close this door again. I still wanna do this. It's gonna take some work to hit one of them guys with the blade as we fly by. I think it'll be easier to hit them on the cliff. But we gotta be able to get close enough to this cliff over here. We got a couple of... I swear to God, when this door is open, it really does... The helicopter does not react quite the same. That might sound stupid, but it's not... It's given me some issues. It doesn't seem to want to react the same. Like if you knew there was a sniper over here standing on this hill, you come along here and hit these guys. Couldn't pull out of that. But I feel like the door being open is actually affecting the way it flies. That might sound strange, but it just doesn't feel the same. It's not turning on a dime. It's kind of giving me the same feel as if I was holding the rudder open. Oh, by the way, Mr. Spookies, here's something else if you're still here. Something you don't get in Fortnite is you have to range your weapons. So, like, I'm at 200 meters now. Yeah. Go to 3, so it goes higher. About to 800 meters on this thing. You gotta range your gun. You might shoot at somebody and completely miss because your gun's not ranged. You didn't set it. This game is so incredibly immersive. You'll never play Fortnite again if you play this. As the guy said earlier, it's so rewarding. I said it earlier. He said it's just a hell of a lot of fun. This game is incredibly rewarding when you play it. And you learn how to play it. And what I mean by that too is here, I'll just give you a quick peek. Because any new players out there thinking about buying a game, this is an incredible game. You definitely should buy it. You have, on your controls alone, I mean, look at this. You have all your buttons, but then you have center touchpad in the button. You have directional pad in a button. There's so many different things you can do in here. Because it's a computer game that's been converted to console. So you have to it plays like a PC. So when Arma 4 comes out, I imagine they would be, because that's not coming out for a while, they're probably gonna build that with the console concept in mind. Not that they don't, I mean, it's Microsoft, so it's coming from PC to Xbox first, always. If I really wanted to create it, I would just crash on them guys. How long have I been doing this for? A little bit, a couple minutes. Alright, what else you want to see me do? I've dropped these guys in at 700 feet. See how fast we can get it going. I keep trying to hit the guys on the runway over here and decapitate them as I fly by, but that's gonna be... I'm gonna have to practice that one. If I actually do it, I'll definitely make a short of it. And we got some guys on the cliff over here we were trying to decapitate as well. Where did I hide them? There they are. Oh, I almost hit him with the ass end. I don't know if that counts for anything. Woohoo! Now that's kissing the ground right there, baby. What time is it? I did say I wasn't going to be here long. I do actually have to go. I could fly forever, though. Alright. I think I put on a show. You know where to find me. I'm on Discord. I'm here. You got my name. I'm on PS5. I'm playing usually no crossplay. Once the mod shop is open on PS5, then I'll probably be more open to jumping on the PC side of it. I would have to assume there's no cheating in this game, but, there's cheaters in every game. I don't know why you would want to cheat in this game. There's no KD level. There's no stats that are kept, I could see there being tournaments for it only because, you put a bunch of guys on each side and see who's better at playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. Alright, let's see here. I think one more pass. What do you think? One more 700-meter pass? Or should I do another fly through that town that I always like to do? Belgrade. Is that it? Yeah. Oh. I don't know where I got Belgrade from. Let's take it up. Take it up high. I like doing it at the airport. Maybe I should do it over at the airport. This I practice though because again, this is a major, it's a major hub on this map. It's a major get. So if I can master bringing troops over here, I can master bringing supplies over here with the helo. So obviously what I like to do is fly at this town as fast as I can and try to stop and land as fast as I can. Let's see what we got. If I do that, I'll probably get it. Obviously a lot faster if we auto hover. This game is amazing. I love the exhaust coming out of the helicopter. It's something Mr. Spooky wouldn't understand because he's not here anymore, but you know, if, again, you go in here, you got all your light switches and all on here, navigation lights, so when you're flying at night, you don't have to turn all those on, but yeah, it's a good idea. Alright, we broke the needle, pop it, straight down, drop, heading right towards that city, or that town. And we're already doing 300 miles an hour. Oh shit. Yeah, we didn't pull out soon enough. I need to pull out before 300 feet, I think is the key. You gotta pull out before 300 feet. Yeah, definitely gotta pull out before 300 feet. Whew, that was fun though. That's, that's what I want to do, is I want to be able to, I don't have to get up to 700 feet again. I want to make one good pass through there, make one hot stop. Use up our last chopper here. That's been fun. Extra practice, pulling more tricks off, doing what I can, pushing the limits of these things. We've seen what they can do, taking them 700 feet, dropping them straight down out of the sky, see what we can get out of it. My hope is that, I can at some point start getting into some matches where I can become a really useful player by utilizing my helicopter skills. Do we want to do another 700-foot drop in? We didn't pull out on that one fast enough. Definitely came up short. Yeah, since you guys are joining in, I'll do that. There we go. Let's go over here. We didn't have that problem when we were doing it. When we do it at the airport, we don't have that problem because we don't have to worry about the land and trees. But I don't think I would have even pulled out of that one on the airport. We were doing almost 350 miles an hour straight down. Yeah, it was kind of hard to pull out of that. I don't think we would have been successful at the airport either. So. Alright, take her up. I'm gonna break the needle. Yeah, let's go. Took a minute for the game to really pick up what I was doing there, so now's when we need to start pulling up. We made it up to 400 miles an hour. Or kilometer, whatever now. Ah, I can't get it to keep slipping. You know what it is? I know. I did it to myself. I'm playing with the fucking rudder. I don't know why my thumb is on that damn rudder. I don't need that rudder. That's not even how you do it. You want to do a good one. You don't really need to. If you're trying to do the nosedive one, yeah. That one I think I could have pulled up and spun her around. Well, damn. Don't matter. I've got the stop down. I just sloppied that one up. So you don't even really need it. You just do that. The only reason you want to hit that rear rudder there is to kind of help nosedive it a little bit. You know, like I said, there's sometimes where if you're using this too much, which is why I got away from the I have mine on the R, up down, collective up, collective down is R1 or R2 L2. Because if you're pushing up on to give yourself power or thrust, and at the same time you need to push left with the rudder, sometimes I was finding it causing me to nosedive. But anytime my thumb drifts over and starts messing around with this thing, I find that helicopter does want to just... The rudder really only seems to be best for when you're... Like right now, this thing is a mess because I'm not letting it... Okay. Balance yourself out and auto hover. See, it really only works best when you're hovering. Because if you're flying, like in GTA, I use it a lot. I use it to fly sideways, I use it to make quicker turns. But here, it throws you off. I don't think you need the rudder, especially for a quick turn. That's a quick turn, and I didn't use rudder there. So I find that whenever I put my thumb on that rudder, I am destined to nosedive into the ground when you're trying to go into a turn. If you're going into a turn and you're messing around with this rudder over here at the same time, yeah, you're not going to have a good time. That's just been my experience. It might be something else I'm doing too, but if I just really just turn this with a lot of power, which is so much easier to do when your collective up is on your R2 and your collective down is on your... Just like... I have this as close to flying like a GTA setup as I can. The only reason I don't use L1 and R1 for the rudder is because obviously L1 is our comms. And at this point, R1 does absolutely nothing unless I set it. Well, it does that if I tap twice. Ooh, I like that. That's a nice view. Hell yeah, let's fly around like that for a while. Oh, I bet you we could take the heads off of them guys if we do this. Where's the airport? There it is. I think we got this. We're gonna hit it this time. If I can see them, I can probably hit them. We're probably gonna die. We're gonna blow this helicopter up. Don't worry, we're in Game Master. I'm not ruining anybody's game. I'm not wasting supplies, so... Ow! Now I won't be able to hit them because I'm too... What the hell am I doing? Okay. I never recovered off that ground. Let's take the Russian helicopter up for a second. It's so much slower. It's fun to fly, but it is so slow. I can see why most people are joining the American side. But what I Maybe I should start playing on the Russian side more. Actually, didn't I say I was getting off? Yeah, 9 o'clock was my goal. I can't believe I didn't stream for 2 hours. I really wasn't planning on being on here that long. I didn't think I was going to be. But we're having too much fun flying and screwing around with these things and seeing what we can get them to do. I keep focusing. See, that's why I overcompensated trying to. I hit the ground, went up. I was trying to get it back because if you see right ahead there, those guys right there, I'm trying to kill them. Look how the AI reaction. I mean, as soon as you point at them, somebody. I mean, they're not even enemies. So there's another thing, Mr. Spooky, if you're still playing this game. The Russians wear solid green and the Americans wear. So if that's a Russian, how do you know it's a Russian? You can't really tell from here if that's your enemy or not. And this is a friendly fire game. This game is amazing, Spooky. You need to buy it. Alright? You know, I'm done. We've had enough fun crashing helicopters and trying things out and going up to 700 feet, and I think I've shown off my skill of flying. I blast around this map like it's nothing. I think I've flown around here so much I even know where everything is, so I don't even need my compass. If people tell me, oh, I wanted to do something. I wanted to fly at night. Yeah. I wanted to show you the other skills I have. Let's put one of those on there. And like I said, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to make it nighttime. Did they fix it already? No. That's midnight, right? That should be the darkest. Wow, no, they didn't do an update. So yeah, if you ever decide to play this, Mr. Spooky, and you buy this, guess what? This game is... Yeah, I feel like they fixed it. Or is it just because I'm at the airport? It's gotta be because I'm at the airport. No, I feel like it's not nearly as dark as it was. But the update didn't come out yet, did it? Because there's no mod shop yet. But as you can see, again, if you're still here, Mr. Spooky, look at the lights in this game. You haven't seen anything yet until they shoot off a flare. Because that shit's cool as hell looking. The flares going off, cars driving around, guys running around in the woods with their flashlights. I'm telling you, Mr. Spooky, $40. It'll be the best $40 you ever spent. Because this game is amazing. Watch this flame shooting out. Love it. The lighting, I mean, everything about this game. You got fireflies flying around, butterflies flying around. Hold on, we need to co-pilot this thing. Dome lights? No, I don't need my dome lights. Oh, where's it at? No, dome. Ah, you're down here. That's right, you're down here. Anti-collision lights. Navigation lights, that's all I need. Yeah. Yeah, navigation lights. It looks so much better on the other one. I feel like they might have fixed it because it seems like it's brighter in here. Definitely a lot brighter. But yeah, so I like to practice flying at night as well, just to master my craft. Of course, this is one heck of a slow helicopter to be flying around in. It's also cool as hell to fly around in first person. Now, next time, Mr. Spook, if you're in here, I'll jump into a match and see what that's like. It's so much fun. It's a blast. Yeah, so I like to get my practice in at night, too, just to make sure we, but it's so much brighter. Something seems, is it the time of day I set it for, maybe? Yeah, I guess that was early morning or something. I thought it was midnight. 00 should be midnight, isn't it? I don't know why it would be brighter at midnight than at 9 o'clock. Turn the auto over off. No time to be lagging. Yeah. It's just my personal feeling, but if you want to be an exceptional pilot, you should probably learn how to fly at night. And for me, learning how to fly at night on a PS5 is incredible because it's so freaking dark. Look at that. You can't even see, can you? You can't see, I can't see. And there's a little bit of, I can, yeah, thanks to the water line there, I can see that. Oh yeah. See, I could be a helpful, useful player. Add me to your squad. You need a pilot? I'm your man. Give me a call. Set me up. Let's go. In the meantime, I'm out. Thanks for watching along. We had quite a few people joining in tonight. I like it. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and like. For more tips and tricks on how to crash your helicopters, I'm here for you. Alright? Peace. Be out.